Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and this deck is such a busted deck. First off, today I'm also sponsored by Wizards of the Coast for this week, and so I have to say that every single time. Thank you to them. They stocked my account a little bit. They featured me on Twitch, and so yesterday on the featured day that I was featured by Wizards of the Coast on Twitch, I went on a run just trying to get through Mythic, or get to Mythic, and I got up to Diamond Tier 1 before I had to take a break there. So Diamond Tier 1 right now, and this is the deck that got me most of the way there. This one and a Gruul aggro deck, and so this deck is just sweet. I wanted to go ahead and take it into a best of one format real quick and just kind of play out some games for you guys to show how powerful this deck is. I know a lot of people have been seeing how it works, all that kind of stuff, so I wanted to showcase it on my channel, show just how busted this deck really is. And so first off, 3 mana Demonic Embrace. Enchanted creature gets +3/+1, has flying, and is a demon in addition to its other types. And then you may cast Demonic Embrace from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs. So it gives evasion, it gives +3 damage, which things like Knight of Evil Legion and everything like that can use really well. And so it just is a really powerful card that we can replay. So you do have to pay 3 life and discard a card in addition to paying us other costs, but we basically get to use this multiple times. And so the goal is to get down a bunch of early game creatures that get in kind of with a hasty aggro game plan. Hopefully get down a Rotting Registrar on turn 3, and then turn 4, Demonic Embrace onto a Rotting Registrar, swinging in with a 10/7 flying dead dino. And it's pretty sweet whenever you get to do that. It's a really powerful card, and the rest of the game plan here is just kind of going over just where aggro, deal damage, all that kind of stuff here. Spawn of Mayhem, Wrinkle on the top end are perfect. Spawn of Mayhem oftentimes is just a 3 mana spell for us. Wrinkle at the 4-drop slot works great for this aggro plan. Blacklands Paragon being able to gain life against the more aggro decks, being able to kill questing beasts, which is sweet. In our removal slots, so this is basically all our removal slots. Blacklands Paragon, be able to give our Knight of the Evil Legion a quick Death Touch and Lifelink against some blockers for just 2 mana instead of the 3. Eliminate to be able to just remove planeswalkers, creatures at 3 mana or less, and then 2 copies of Grasp of Darkness for the bigger creatures that we can get through, and sometimes just kind of have a good mana trick or a combat trick there. And then other than that, 4 copies of Castle Lockwain, 3 copies or 19 copies of Swamps, and that's the deck. It's pretty straightforward and simple. I do have a sideboard for this one because I have been playing best of 3, so this is my sideboard for it. We're not going to deal with it in this video because we're going to play best of 1 in the video, but if you guys do want to pick it up, it's in the link down in the description below, so you can check this one out as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay, see how it does for us, and wish me luck. All right, so we have a decent curve here. We have Straighted Scorpion into Blacklands Paragon for either removal or just another big threat. Being on the play would be a lot better here, but we're still keeping this hand. Demonic Embrace onto any of these guys also makes them a pretty good threat, and 2 of them onto a creature is pretty sweet as well. So yeah, definitely keeping this hand. This is actually a tier 1 deck. Yeah, I know, I'm actually playing something good. It's kind of weird. We did play it yesterday as well. And I'm trying to get up to Mythic. I'm 6 wins away from being at Mythic here. All right, play Swamp, started Scorpion. The land was perfect there. See the truth. All right, Spellslingers can be a little bit annoying here. Rotting Registrar is pretty sweet though. So swing in, get in for 1, pass the turn. We're just gonna flash in the Blacklands Paragon at the end step. So the one issue, they're gonna have things like Scorching Dragonfire, Shocks. Like if this is just a Spellslingers deck, I'm kind of feeling Prowess, or yeah, that's definitely what it is. All right, now we're gonna go for, I guess we can Grasp of Darkness on the next turn. I'd rather get out damage for now. Like if we can keep their life total dipping, that's the best for us. So Blacklands Paragon, flash it out. And then we go, yeah, Straighted Scorpion, Grasp of Darkness. I could have created a flyer and let them kind of keep swinging in, but this is fine for now. Rotting Registrar is really nice to be able to put Demonic Embrace on. In fact, it's one of the things they probably can't kill with their spells, not too easily. so this hits See the Truth if it gets pumped, right? And then it's if the spell is cast from anywhere other than in your hand, then you draw 3 cards instead of just looking at the top 3 cards. Kills the Paragon. So I can go for more damage. They have another shock they can just play with this. So Grasp of Darkness again, just keep swinging in. They're down to 2 cards left. Hopefully they're running out of steam. Like I'm hoping one is a land. They just drew a land and they have 1 spell that's not going to do much of anything. That's the dream. Well, dream kind of lived. Maximize velocity, gets to pump, gets to go for... So yeah, here we go. Do they go for See the Truth or for the shock? See the Truth. That's the whole game plan here. Maximize velocity works well with that. All right, Rotting Registrar is going to be difficult for this deck to deal with, though. What's up, Smalls? How you doing? Yeah, if we can just close out the game in 2 spells, I think that's what we go for. Did they put anything else in here that we're scared of? I think it's Running Reggie, swing in. Down to 9, past the turn. Sprite Dragon. So they have a flyer. Let's see if they swing in, though. Maximize velocity again. Discards the other Sprite Dragon. Interesting. I can see this deck getting pretty busted. Yeah, I'm taking a little bit of a break from the Brawl stuff here for just a moment. So discard a Demonic Embrace, because we can still play it. We're going to have to discard something else here as well. So the question here is it better to go for Spawn of Mayhem or go face? Yeah, okay. They saw us discard Demonic Embrace. They know that stuff is coming. The question was just how many turns it would take for us to actually kill them. I think that we're actually going to put Demonic Embrace onto the Scorpion there, and that would have won it for us. All right, up against Octa, and we're going to keep this. Play the Scorpion into Paragon. Yeah, this is sweet. I would love to be on the play. Like, this is one of my things with Best of One is that I swear I get to play on the draw like 70 to 75% of the time, and that changes everything in this format. All right, we don't want to draw any more lands. No more lands. We probably ought to drop a land in this deck. I think we're running like 23, and we probably ought to be running 22. This is the only thing that really costs 4 mana. Spawn of Mayhem does as well, but only sort of. Okay, Chromatic Lantern. What are we up against with Chromatic Lantern? Could be another Niv Mizzet type of deck. Yeah, we'll hold on to the Demonic Embrace. We're just going to swing in, play Spawn of Mayhem. I'm hoping they don't have board wipe, but if it's like Ritual of Soot, if it's Deafening Clarion, anything like that, this will dodge most removal or draw us a card with the other stuff. And so we'll see. And then we also get, you know, 8 points of damage through. All right, Doom Foretold. Yeah, so sacrifice the Scorpion. So Demonic Embrace is actually pretty sweet here. Down to 12. That's a lot of lands. The one nice thing is that Demonic Embrace kind of beats the Doom Foretold. As long as we have stuff we're willing to discard and enough life, we can just keep discarding it and be just fine. So I want to put it on the thing that is the hardest to kill, but I also want to spread the damage. What kind of removal are they going to have here? All right, swing in for 10. And then we should just have Rankle for the win here as well. So sacrifice Chromatic Lantern. Oath of Kai, so they do get to gain some life, but we still... So the pingage goes through first. And then we get the Wrinkle to make them draw a card. And that should be game. Alright, go Wrinkle. All attack. We have to make them draw a card here. And then that's game. Bam! Alright, up against Goma, Abura, and man, we keep having an awesome hand, so we're definitely keeping this. Good amount of removal. Straight to Scorpion isn't amazing for aggro, unless it dies, basically. It's a good defender, though, as well, so if we ever get up against Mono Red or whatever, it's nice. We'll probably eliminate this. There's not going to be a lot of creatures in their deck, right? So we could even just go Grasp of Darkness with this one. Eliminate onto like a Teferi if this is Bant. Gutter Bones for more creatures isn't bad either. Like going wide isn't terrible. We'll just play that, pass the turn. All right, we really need to hit a land. All right, no blue mana yet. Yeah, I think we just swing in. They take one. We flash in Black Lance Paragon or decide to removal later. All right, so let's see if it is just Selesnya. If it's Selesnya, it might be like Mutate. It might be... Okay, so it is Bant. Hydroid Crazy. Alright, so we bring out damage first and foremost. Go ahead and swing in for the Disrespect. Come on, you know you want to. Alright, and then we kill here. Ooh, man, still not hitting the life gain. Alright, so Eliminate can kill bigger ones later. Grasp of Darkness cannot kill a bigger Hydroid Crisis later. So kill that now. Swing in. They block the Gutter Bones again. They take 4. Oh, they blocked there. Board wipe potentially. I know, yeah. Last game, way too many lands. This game, no lands. That's just how it always goes. We played for 8 hours yesterday, and that was pretty much the story of the entire game. All right, we get to Rotting Regisar. That's a pretty good clock, especially if we get this Demonic Embrace going. Karn.
Our actions determine the course of history. I will read.
What can they find here? That's a decent thing to find. All right, Serrated Scorpion past the turn. Black Lance Paragon again, instant speed. They can just go for another Glass Casket from the sideboard.
I will not lose another friend.
Ormot's Crypt. That's interesting. That does basically nothing here. I mean, it does hit Demonic Embrace, but meh. So we get to kill Karn. They're holding up something. Demonic Embrace onto the Paragon. It went immediately to combat, so I don't think that they do have interaction, so hopefully not.
There are greater battles to fight.
Okay, down to 9. We still haven't seen like a lot of their biggest threats. They could have a bunch of like Elspeth Conquers Deaths, which does hit Demonic Embrace, which slows the game down a bunch. It can bring back Karn. Or the Grazer, I suppose. Wrinkle's nice. All right, go Wrinkle. Go Wrinkle, go Wrinkle, go. All right, all attack, 3 attackers. So eliminate onto our own serrated scorpion can potentially be lethal here. Do I want them to draw a card? I know that they have glass casket. They are how far away? Okay, yeah, that works. Sweet. All right, I wasn't sure if we could actually win that. That's usually a bad matchup for us, but we will take it. All right, up against Thibbledorf. And 2 Gutter Bones, Black Lance Paragon. Like, this is the thing, too, with these decks. These early game aggro decks is I just feel like the hands are pretty consistent. You play a bunch of 1-drops so that you have a good turn 1 play. You have a bunch of 2-drops so you always have good turn 2 plays. And, like, that just tends to win games if you have consistent hands. That's why Mono Red always does well, is that it just is a little bit faster than other colors because it has haste most of the time. So, yeah. So we want either another 1-drop here. Another 1-drop would actually be pretty sweet. So we know that they're only playing creatures. Let's go ahead with Swamp. Attack in. See if we can get in and let it through. Like, they might be thinking of some sort of combat trick. So, yeah, they let it through. And then we'll pass the turn, acting like, yeah, we totally had something. It's all about the way you show it off. Baby Godzilla. You might just want to kill that. Yeah, so Black Lance Paragon first. Ooh, sweet. All right, Black Lance Paragon. Kill the Grazer. They could have Sea Dasher Octopus, which we're totally fine trading off for that as well. So yeah, they definitely have Sea Dasher Octopus here. All right, so they get to draw a card, discard a card. But you got rid of Sea Dasher Octopus. Really interesting. Okay. All right, block and kill. Absolutely. We get either go for Embrace or Eliminate and a 1-drop. I think we kill this right now. Go for Gutter Bones and swing in. So their best play is probably Umori. Actually, they have to still bring it to hand, so they don't get anything really. Another Godzilla. That's cool. That's cool. All right, Demonic Embrace. Let's get in for damage now. Swing in 5, pass the turn, down to 11. If we hit land to Wrinkle, we're in pretty good shape. We can start making them a sacrifice creature, so if they do mutate up to 1 big creature, that's kind of fine. So if I didn't have the Sea Dasher Octopus, yeah, go Wrinkle. They could have like Pouncing Great Shark now. So they could create a flyer, but it mutates onto this. Actually, they still just have the a cheaper cost in general. Either way, this is still the best play. All right, Pouncing Great Shark. Oh, they do mutate onto it. So they bounce Gutter Bones. We're going to make them sacrifice the creature, though. Oh, bounce Wrinkle. That makes sense. Rude. Hey, I'll give you my ID after this game. I'm recording these videos right now, so. All right, if they have another one, they bounce 2 creatures here, which is pretty bad. I still probably the best play. Yeah, so they have 2 of them. That's really good. Can we actually close this out? We need removal. Grasp of Darkness is the only spell that actually kills this in our deck. We're keeping something really good in hand. All right, so nothing with instant speed now. This should mean that Rankle gets in. We get to sacrifice. They sacrifice this instead. Demonic Embrace gets them down to 1, though. And then we can play Scorpion for another creature. So I think that's what we do. So we go Demonic Embrace, swing in, down to 1, Serrated Scorpion. So now they can't attack. If ever we do get in with Wrinkle, we can just make them draw the 1 card. So we have a few ways to actually win the game now. This dying, this hitting. I mean, yeah. We also just have Demonic Embrace onto whatever. I mean, even just swinging in with this one here now is fine. So they get to bounce a bunch of stuff, though. Bounce there, bounce here. So this will resolve first. The Demonic Embrace gets destroyed the same way anyway. Doesn't really matter. So the question here is, do they have any hasty stuff? Oh, this has reach, right? So ooh, Spawn of Mayhem is interesting. If it survives 1 turn without getting bounced, they're dead. They keep getting to mill through stuff. Oh, this is interesting. All right, so I think we go Spawn of Mayhem. Playing a bunch of 1-drops and stuff could be really nice here as well. Just being able to put any Demonic Brace onto any one of them could win the game. The reach here is really annoying. Brings a Mori to hand. That's a good sign. Untap and that's game. Sweet. Yes. Alrighty. Alright, 4-0 with the deck so far. Let's see if we can actually get 2 Mythic on this video. Alright, up against AZ Warlord, another AZ person. So, man, we have a lot of 1-drops. This could almost be keepable, but we shouldn't risk it. Should we? We shouldn't risk it. We totally should have. All right, keep this. I think we dropped the Wrinkle for now. This is easier to play than that. Go Squirp, pass the turn. Yeah, swing in the Scorpion. What are we up against here? Yeah, pass the turn. Blacklands Paragon and a 1-drop gives us the 4 damage that we need to be able to actually kill or do enough for Knight of the Even Legion. So we'll play this out. They may go for the trade. Hopefully we hit land here. No land. All right, so swing in. They don't go for the trade. That means we get the pumped up Knigget of the Even Legion. What's up, Steven? You see me on YouTube? Awesome. Thanks so much for hopping on. I was saying I can make good decks and stuff. Every once in a while, I'd make decent decks. Usually, it's not me actually making them, though. All right. Oh, no flame sweeps. Soul Seer. Well, that's a thing people are playing now. Lose is indestructible. I mean, I guess it makes sense. There are some gods and stuff that are worth killing with that. So we can go Demonic Embrace or just Spawn of Mayhem here. There's a potential board wipe where having creature in hand will be nice, but we also have no guarantee we can actually play it later. So I think that we go for the Spawn of Mayhem, and then if it does die, it eats removal, and then Demonic Embrace can help us get in a bit more damage later. What's up, Trex? How are you doing?
In this land, we are all connected. Harness the elements.
Do they attack? Okay. Okay. How much damage do we have here? So we have 6, 10. Yeah, so that should be game, unless they have a counter spell of some sort. It is possible. Can't wait for rotation. Yeah, War of the Spark is a format, or the one that I'm most excited to have be gone. Do I want to swing with Serrated Scorpion as well? I guess not. That's a good blocker. If they do find an answer of some sort. Another Soul Seer. Wow, man. It's a good spell. I mean, dealing 5 damage kills a lot of stuff. I guess because Mono Green has been coming into play, this has to come in. Because Mono Green just has a lot bigger stuff. Gruul has been really big. So, ooh. Ugin. Darn it. This is bad. -4. Yeah, Nissa with Ugin is so busted. Ugin was supposed to be a card that, you know, you play on turn 8 or maybe a little bit earlier. Any 8 mana spell that does all that stuff is just, it's so powerful. All right, Rankle, I think is our only shot of chance of winning here. Yeah, man, we were on a streak. We were going to be winning 5-0. Every time you get to the 5-0 spot, this stuff starts happening. Right.
I will destroy my past.
Behold, nature's true power.
Swings with everything. Trying to think of anything that can actually win this here. This causes them to exile again. It is a blocker, but not enough. All right, good game. Yeah, cannot beat Ugin and Nissa. We were close. The double Soul Seer was definitely what won them the game there, because we had the speed. They had just good removal, and it is interesting. Soul Seer being, you know, 3 mana instead of 2 mana for the Scorching Dragonfire, they had to play around it a little bit more, but because they ramped so well, they were able to play it, which was a little bit unlucky for us that they were able to still play around it. I feel like a lot of the time they're going to be a little bit light on mana to be able to actually play a 3 mana spell like that for removal, but maybe not the amount of ramp they have. Okay, 3 Rotting Registars without the ability to actually cast it, but we're on the draw. If we're on the draw, we need a little bit more defense sometimes. So, I mean, I guess we keep this. Oh, no. All right, I'm hoping this is Gruul instead of Temur. If it's the Gruul aggro deck, we have a decent shot. If it's Temur Adventure, we're in lots and lots of troubles. All right, give me a land. All in the world for a land. The win rate with this deck right now, I need to go check. I'm pretty close. I'd say I'm probably around 70% with this deck right now. 70, 75, and I've played about 30 games with it. Darn it. This is like the weirdest hand in the world. I mean, blocking might have been better there. All right, so this is Gruul, so we have a better shot, but only if we get to the Rotting Registars. That is where this becomes a lot better shot for us. Yeah, if we hit land, maybe. Yeah, okay, that's just game. Just game. There is a chance with one more turn. If they have the Ember Cleave, though. Yeah, okay, we're done. Okay. Oh, man. We were so close to going for the full win streak. See, this is the biggest issue with ranking, is that you rank up like crazy and you do really well, then all of a sudden you just go back on a losing streak. I feel like it's a really hard grind sometimes to keep going with it. On the draw again. Let's... Up against Yorion, Eliminate is not as good. If they get to Teferi, which they're going to get it on to turn 3, which means we're playing Blacklands Paragon into Teferi Balance, basically. Which we get to eliminate, and we get to do some stuff, but it's not great. I think I'm going to mulligan for a bit more aggressive hand. I can't mulligan down to 5, though. Basically the same exact hand. I guess we'll drop the Eliminate. Yeah, so I'm really expecting Teferi to come down. We're going to play the Black Lance just to get the draw off the table. Ooh, that's different than I expected. All right, now we get Eliminate for that. Or go Spawn a Mayhem. We could go aggro. Still. Yeah, because with Spawn of Mayhem into Rankle, if they don't have board wipe, which this means that there's a higher chance they don't have board wipe, or they're just ramping. But I could play Spawn of Mayhem only if I hit face. I could also just eliminate, get rid of Cura. I'm expecting big things to come now, which, if it's 4 mana stuff, we get to Grasp of Darkness, potentially. No board wipe. Okay, Baron.
One drop ripples and grows.
Okay, Grasp of Darkness, eliminate, swing in for 3, hold on to stuff later. I think that's the best maximizing of our mana. Let's see if they have a counterspell. All right, so no counterspell. So this is just the blink deck. I guess we can hold on to eliminate till later. If they cast like a 4 mana spell, it's whenever it enters the battlefield. So if they cast it and we want to kill it, we can do that. Or sorry, a 4 power creature. Otherwise, we flash in more damage. All right, kill Cura. They don't get to draw any cards with this now. And we Rankle. So down to 11. I like all the threats in our hand. I don't really want to get rid of any of them. So we don't discard. I could make him sacrifice this creature and have to deal with that. That leads them a little bit more towards a good board wipe. The creature's just slowing down the game anyway, right? So it doesn't really matter. So maybe we just don't choose anything, or we get a bit more damage in with the draw, which gives them more chance of answers. So I don't think we do anything. I think we just keep them down to 11. This is just a good hasty 3/3.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. Let's try this.
Rude. Alright, I was wondering if they were going to have counter spells in this deck. We hadn't seen any yet. No attacks. Blacklands Paragon becomes a little bit worse with all this going on. We might be able to still kill Teferi by pumping and swinging in. Yorion comes to hand. Rotting Registrar can still get around Yorion and big stuff. Yeah, I think we're going to go for this. So Blacklands Paragon, put it onto this one. Try to kill Teferi. If it does die, we get to flash in the other one, maybe killing Karuga. Alright, so yeah, they let it through. Now we pass the turn. Yeah, what they're playing is pretty interesting stuff for sure. They're going to bounce something. I'm just playing it out just to use the mana. Force them to go for negative instead of the board wipe.
I am not going to sit this one out. I'll protect you.
All right, probably swings in for 5. That's actually the best thing that can happen here. We want to be able to go in aggressively. So, Yorion. Oh, the Lotus Field. I forgot about the extra mana there.
It's only a matter of time.
Blinks it all.
This isn't a
We
fight.
cry a little bit. A lot of it. More land. All right, if we can keep the Spawn of Mayhems on the battlefield, it does something good for us. Rotting Registrar doesn't do much at all. Blacklands Paragon can do what? Get in at Teferi? All right, so we could stop the bounce.
No more games.
Reggie? Go Reggie, go. I mean, that at least is big enough to get around some stuff. If they ever swing with Yorion, we can potentially get like Demonic Embrace. Okay, swings with Yorion. That could also mean board wipe, so we'll see. Baron bouncing Rotting Registrar. Bounces Yorion to bounce all their stuff again.
I've got it.
Right. Crap. This is bad. All right, so now Baron can rebounce. They might bounce Yorion again just to have the effect again. They're still drawing a card either way, so probably bounces. Yeah, Rotting Registrar. Well, Drats. All right, Demonic Embrace. No. So they can bounce their own Yorion again. I could try drawing a card. Yeah, the classic land draw, seriously. Every time when you have nothing going on. Swings in, yep. So either bounce here, they find some other way to blink it, do whatever. Cura again, so they get a lot of card draw.
In the sky, nature flows with
Untaps the Lotus Field, yep.
I've got time.
This deck is sweet, by the way. I'm actually loving this deck. I'm fine losing to something this cool. Leyland of Anticipation. Yeah, so they could have played it at any time. It is better to do it now because this happens on the end step.
time to ebb from battle.
Yeah, I have no clue how we're doing against this. I'm mostly sticking with this because I want to see the rest of this deck. It's pretty cool. It bounces Reggie again. Casting anything in instant speed, all the lands go away. Yay, we get to play two things this time. We have a shot. There is still a tiny sliver of hope with this, but yeah, I don't think so. So we're gonna go ahead and concede. Man, that was a bummer. So we had a 4-game win streak into a 3-game lose streak, and that's Magic. That's how it goes. The same deck can beat the same deck over and over again, but it's all about who gets lucky at different times. Like, that's just how it goes. So overall, I like this deck a lot. I think it's powerful. For me, it's won a lot of games. It's one of those decks that can get in and win games quickly. So if you don't have a ton of time, it is one of those that you play best of one, scoop early, get out of it. It beats mono green because you can fly over the top oftentimes. It can beat mono red because you still have the big bodies of Routing Red Star. You have some life gain between Blackline's Paragon and Serrated Scorpion. And so it has just a lot of value overall, where it can beat a lot of the other aggro decks that you run up against. It's fast enough to beat the control decks, and then it can potentially sometimes do okay against the mid range. That's kind of what we saw right there. That last game was more of like a mid rangey type of combo type of deck that just outvalues us, and as long as they can keep their life total high, keep us from being able to play too much at any time, they just win out of value, and that's what was happening there. And those are the hardest matchups for this deck typically. But overall, this is a really sweet deck. I really like it, and we got a sweet raid from Dr. Spillikin at the end of this video for YouTube, and so go check out his channel for sure. Check out his stream. Dr. Spillikin is the boss. And anyway, that's it for this video, and we'll jump into something else.